everyone. My name is Phyllis Y. Whitley. If you have been spiritually victimized or traumatized, welcome to Spiritology Live, where I bring my #1 Amazon bestseller book to life. Yes, each episode will be a raw, spiritual, metaphysical, and holistic space of consciousness for self-healing. As you learn how to break your religious shackles so you can master and manifest your promised land today. Let's go. Hey, hi, everybody. We are in episode 29, but this is going to be a part 2. I'm going to continue from special requests from my mentees or Whisper Vibes team. The last couple weeks, I had a request by Patty in Virginia in reference to being a Christian and a disciple. And to wrap that up, Jesus came so that he would be an example of you, and that is what a Christian is. You have to be very careful when you say that word or confess that you are a Christian. Not that your life have to be perfect, but people are looking at it. When your life do turn upside down, what are you going to do? How are you going to deal with it? Your kids need to see how you deal with that. You're not going to walk around and everything is perfect. But they need to know, do mama go into prayer? Do daddy stop the family and pray? They need to know you have a spiritual leader. Discipleship. Discipline. Discipline yourself. Teach your kids discipline. Because if you don't teach them to be disciplined in the home and then you send them to school and say you discipline them, you know what's going to happen when they become an adult? They're going to go into the jailhouse, juvenile delinquent, if they go before they're 18. And guess what? They're going to have to listen to everybody. They're going to tell you when you go to the bathroom, when do you eat, whenever. Is it worth it? And you got little Jay, little Patricia don't want to clean up their room. What happened when you go to jail? Tell them you won't have a room. Do you like sleeping with everybody in the room? You have to go to the bathroom with somebody looking at you. They used to have something called Scared Straight years ago, and they were showing what happened, took the young teenagers to the jails and see what was going on, and they went out of there and said, I'm getting myself together. They need to bring that back. Discipline, disciple. Then we also had Sheeta from Texas, talking about the generational curses. You don't know who you are until you go back into your past, and then you will understand how to deal with your tomorrow. Don't blame everything on generational curses. You can learn from it and you can correct it. Don't walk around and go to every root worker or warlock or witch and say, or priestess, could you take this off of me? How are they going to take off a generational curse? You got to do that. Deep. Go back and listen to the tapes. Then we talked about Regina Brown from New York City. She had a question in reference to the Bible says that we are healed by Jesus, by his stripes. However, she's noticed that people are still sick. Are we doing something wrong? And we went over and discussed, sum it up. I'm not going to sum up everything because you need to go back and listen. The scripture, Proverbs 23:7, for as a man thinketh, so in his heart, so is he. A lot of the illness is coming from what you think about. So we're going to continue this today because I went so way over that I had to make this a part 2. I didn't even get what I had to say out, most of it. But first, I'm going to put in a disclosure. I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse. I am neither one of those, and I'm not a pharmacist. So I do not claim to cure any illness or disease through this podcast. But I am a consultant. I am a counselor. And I am a holistic coach who is ordained as a minister. So I have the credentials of being able to talk about the healing of your spiritual man, your body, mind, and soul. So we was talking about how the illness and everything, we summed it up to disease. We summed it up to holistic versus the community. We told on and revealed how the pharmaceutical industry are the new drug pushers and that the commercials are manipulating you. I listen, I have nothing against them making money, but y'all out there getting mad at the pulpit pimp or whatever they said, pulpit pimp. But then y'all don't get mad at the pharmaceutical company who's getting, I don't want to say thousands or millions of dollars, just popping a pill, just giving, make up something. And I don't have nothing against it because I used to be a pharmacy tech. But I got out of that business so quick because it was just something wrong with people standing online and they just needed that pill. They needed 4 pills. They had 10 pills. Some of them was literally sent up there bragging. And I did try to touch on this last time. Most of the stuff I have witnessed myself in my own family and stuff. And I've been there. I've been sick. I qualified to talk about this. I was labeled and diagnosed with a bad illness. And guess what? It was the worst couple weeks that I ever had to go through. And I knew that I had just literally got sick after I finished and got my certificate in being a holistic coach. But I wasn't practicing what I was preaching. And so here again, if you could eat anything on the face of this earth and drink anything on the face of the earth and you good to go, that's fine. This is not for you. And then you might say, well, this is helping me. Think of this podcast giving you some enlightenment on how to maintain your healthiness. Okay? So first of all, I'm not against doctors, but I do want to promote holistic practitioners. And I feel like doctors should connect with the holistic community. They don't want to because they go to school for years and years and they get paid, and holistic people, doctors and practitioners don't. And some people get a holistic coach certificate for just going to school for less than a year and they feel like you don't know anything. But you know what? Yes, remember the grandmother and the great grandmother you had, that whatever you had, a cold or whatever, they knew what tea, what herb to give you. And in some countries, like in Asia, they have special tea. They live long. This is why the United States go everywhere to try to figure out how do I look young and live long. And because they don't have a pill for that. So it's like a war between really on the doctor side, because the holistic people, they don't tell you don't go to the doctor. They just explain to you that we are discussing disease. They explain to you that the doctor job is to put a Band-Aid on your signs and your systems. And I am a believer, once you get one pill, you're going to go back and that pill is going to mess up one part of your organ and you have to get another pill. Now, those people who go to the doctor, like I do go to the doctor is good, but you got to work with the doctor. The doctor is not holding a gun to your head. You have to know what's going on with your health. God says, study thyself to show thyself approved. That's even with everything you want to master, even with your health. Know what you're allergic to. Your doctor, really, you go to a family doctor, he's not going to try to tell you what you're allergic to. He's going to give you what he needs to give you. He's going to give you that pill that the pharmaceutical company is going to pay him extra if he put this pill out. I am against I tell you what I don't believe in, and that's the commercials that tell you, try to make it look like it is just normal to have this pill. But then at the same time, it's like, this have this in it and you're going to lose this and you're going to lose that. No, don't tell me that you have to take something that's going to totally destroy you. You know why? Because the pills are not really working with your body. That's why a lot of people didn't want to go and take the shot, the COVID shot. You inputting something in your body that's foreign. Everything that you need is out there. And then we talked about the sickness is really coming from your mind. A lot of it, not all of it. There's nothing wrong with having a doctor. So don't go to the doctor and say, I don't want you no more. I'm not taking my pills. No, you have to have a holistic journey a holistic coach or practitioner to show you and walk you through helping you. And you go back and tell your doctor, I have been blessed that the doctors that I have, I literally tell them, listen, I believe in holistic healing and really, if I need something, I try my best to stay on it short. When I was sick years ago, when I had to get treatments, I went through it. I knew I wasn't practicing what I preached, but you better believe it. People say it hurts. I can't walk the stairs. It hurts. I don't want to walk every day. It hurts my legs. I don't want to go to the gym. It hurts my muscles. Yeah, but isn't it funny or ironic that people are willing to be sick and be in pain and then go back and say, can I get a morphine? Can I get a stronger pain medicine? And they don't understand. See, when I was sick, that pain that I was going through, it made me think saying, it made me take a good look at myself and say, wait a minute, I'd rather go through a different type of pain, a different type of suffering because I'm not going to go and put pork chops on my table anymore. And I have nothing against pork chop. It's what works for your body. Pork doesn't do me no good. I can smell pork coming out my pores. I don't like the evidence of pork in my body. And I've seen many people, especially people who claim that they're Muslims, and I've seen their skin. I said, oh my God. They said, we don't eat no pork. You look at holistic people who are vegetarians, it's a reason that their skin look like that. It's a reason why the animals who literally eat just vegetables and stuff like that, their coat of skin is so beautiful. It's a reason. And doctors won't stop and look at that. They just do what they normally do. And to go farther, we discuss how, after they give you the drug push-up pills, if you keep coming back, they'll say, hey, when in doubt, they say they'll cut it out. I know you're saying that is really low, but let me tell you something. Go to the hospital. Now, this has nothing to do if you have an emergency. Doctors are there. Surgeons are there. Back in the days, doctors made house calls. Everybody is there for a reason. But God have given us options. And one of the options is you need to take care of your temple. You can't put that totally on your doctor. I have known people who said, I don't care. I have heard horror stories when the doctor said you don't need to do this. And they said, listen, I'm going to die happy. It is people out there who don't care if they're allergic to certain things. They will eat it. Find out what your body likes and what your body can't handle. And if you happen to be somebody who say, listen, I just love, it don't have to be, it can be peanuts. Learn what your body is able to deal with. Look at your kids. I don't believe in all of these things and shots and all of that for kids. I think it's something crazy where you get kids, when I was growing up, all of this stuff wasn't the flu shot and all of this. And I know I'm not here to talk about the flu shot, but I want to tell you, I didn't get all of that. And then when they had that time, it just looked like it was a generation when they was just giving all of a sudden everybody have to have shots. And I had a problem. I had a problem even up into the COVID shot, but I had a real problem when I would go into the store at the supermarkets and they setting up there giving it to you free. It's something wrong when you giving the community, a masses of people free stuff. Talk about you have to have this. When I remember getting a cold and we just knew what to do. What they say, starve your cold fever and feed your cold or something like that. And it was just nothing to get over the counter stuff. And if it wasn't over the counter, my mother always had a remedy with something. And we just went through a sickness period and our body healed itself. And I remember talking to one of my clients and they say, oh, I'm sick. Or I know I just left the hospital. I said, for what? My daughter have a cold. I said, excuse me? And this is before COVID. And I said, you going to the doctor for a cold? I said, you know what? I had to sit back and I said, I never in my life ever remember my mother taking me to the doctor for that. So I'm not telling you don't go to the doctor because now you get a cold and, with the pandemic, unfortunately, many people died from that. But what I'm saying is sometimes the littlest things might have something to do with your body not reacting, an allergy, Find out what it is. Your doctor can help you. Ask your doctor, say, hey, can I go ahead and take some tests? But you have to know that you have options out there. So by his stripes, you are healed. Really, is showing you that when he went to the cross, he suffered for you. So technically, it's really a metaphor as that he did all the hard work, and you here living should. The only thing he's asking for, you take care of your temple. If you take care of your temple correctly, you will have ups and downs because you're still in a polluted environment, depending upon where you live. And then the main thing I talked about was God said, be loved. I pray that you prosper in all things, even in good health, just as your soul prosper. Holistic wellness is really realizing that you have a body, mind, and spirit or soul, you want to say, and they take heed to everything. I always notice that if something people come to me for consultation, I notice that when people come to me for consultation, that usually when one area is out of whack, it's another area that's out of whack, and so forth. Because see, the holistic approach is different things: massage, acupuncture. I actually got into it's a thing called cryotherapy. It is, and I remember having, oh my God, my arm was sore, and I went in there and I did it. I won't even explain it. It's really basically like going into a freezer. Some people can't handle it, but you can see all the people that's coming in there literally on crutches and stuff, and they saying I done did it every way with the doctor. I'm gonna try it this way, and it took 2 weeks, and I swear after that 2 weeks, my arm was like normal. But I believe in holistic stuff. You understand what I'm trying to say? I noticed that people that's into yoga, they literally, their body is not only in top shape, but their health is usually good. You know what I'm trying to say? They don't have knee problems and all of that. Yoga, meditation, all of this stuff, aromatherapy, you have to deal with your whole body, mind, and soul. And that's what my whole platform is about. I show you how to live in the promised land, get to the promised land, live in the promised land, and keep the promised land. But I teach you how to heal yourself and your body, mind, and soul, because that's coming from a holistic approach with a prophetic view. Why? Because, for instance, when you sick, it's an imbalance. The doctors or the medical community say it's a disease, but the holistic community says a diseasement. Something is going on with your body. It's out of whack. And if it's out of whack, you need to start feeding it. And you need to start feeding your spirit, mind, and body. How do you feed your spirit? I tell you, if you go into my book, Spiritology, feed your mind, prayer, meditation, affirmation. But first, you have to have that relationship. You have to have that relationship. And that's a relationship like you have other relationships where you work at it. Marriage is something you work at. Even your boss, something you have to work at. Even when you have your own business, you have to have a relationship with your people your employees. So it's working at something, even in your mind. You literally have to be careful what comes through your ear gates to get into your mind and go to your subconscious mind. These are seeds. I talk about the seeds of the whispers. I call it whisper. Is those silent words that people said to you when you was growing up. I mean, that sickness can come in your mind. When you were told all your life you would never be nobody or you ugly, you're not going to walk around feel very well. Go in the hospital and talk to somebody, and they'll look at you and everything is almost negative. You understand what I'm saying? Then I say your body. Find out what you're eating that you might be allergic to. Some people go and find out that it may be one thing that they learned that they are eating since they was young, that after they become an adult, they can't eat it no more. And they find out that one little thing is causing their whole body to go havoc. Sometimes most of the time, a pill is not going to help, but it's a place for the doctors. It's a place for the surgeons. So I'm not saying never go to the doctor. We need them. But when you go to the doctor, help the doctor. Be able to go in there, and when I go to my practitioner, and she said, this is so and so and so, this is, I was getting high. I said, okay, thank you for letting me know. I come back, she said, oh my goodness, what did you do? My doctor asked me, what do you do? Because I can't keep my cholesterol down. I'm trying to tell you, we are human beings, so we do make mistakes. It's certain foods I love, but it's also, you know, I know I can't deal with it. You have to, your body. What are you doing with your body? People say, oh, I'm so sick. I'm so sick. But you're not moving that part. Oh, I can't move. I can't walk. But you don't move that part of your body. When the last time you moved your legs and walking, exercising? If you don't move your body as you get older, your body is not going to move you. Figure that out. You don't have to be on 10 or 15 medication. And I have had someone come to my house one time, and there's different vitamins and minerals I take. And they literally was like, you do all of this? I said, yes, I rather do all of this because I know how it is. I was diagnosed years ago. Thank God I'm healed, but I literally wasn't practicing what I preached. And it caught up with me. It's going to catch up with you. So a lot of illness is coming from what stinking thinking. Some of it is coming from what people said about you, and you're not walking in your divine, glorious passion. That can make you ill. It can make you ill when you are dependent on just going to work and you can't stand your boss, can't stand your job. And I'm telling you, I'm talking about the people who have a talent and a gift. Some people have the best gift. During a pandemic, brought out a lot of people gift. And during a pandemic, a lot of people sat back and didn't use their gift. Generational curses, they just let it rule over all around them. They didn't want to go and be a disciple, a learner. And with that being said, people needed somebody that could cook. Yes, you listen. People turned around and that knew how to cook, started delivering the food to people's house. Yes. It's people that still, even though it was a pandemic there, the cleaning crew put on a mask, start going in there. They say, hey, I want my house to be extra clean. Then you say, well, I can't afford none of that. But a lot of people needed their hair done. They needed a perm. They needed a weed. And some people went and got a truck or whatever, and they were going to their house and doing it. Sometimes they put you in harm's way. But what I'm saying, they found another way of making an income, a quicker way, and they developed it. It gave birth to a lot. It really was like a curse, but a blessing in disguise, because a lot of people, for those who would never, they only dreamed about having their own business, they was pushed out the door to get their own business. So what am I saying here? Beef, pork, seafood, what's going on? Is it agreeing with your body? Some people say, I don't care. I'll never give up pork. Remember I told you the last one episode where I had a friend that did that, and he said, I love every part of the pig, and he just ate, boom, he was gone. He left his sons with no father. Because remember I said it, even in generational curses, don't worship the outside of you, anything outside of you. And one of those things is people out there rather die than give up something. Guess what you just did? You just made it your God. Now, for those of you who say it's in my family, everybody wants to eat it. What I did is I learned how to make certain things. And that's why people in the world say, I don't like vegetarians or whatever. They always try to make some food. No, their food is live. So if you want to still eat the bad food, just incorporate more of the live food in there with the bad food. And this make it be smaller portions, and some things you can give up. But it is a substitute you can put in there in live food that can literally mimic what it is that you was eating that really wasn't that good. And I do that. Like now I eat, instead of rice, I do cauliflower rice. And there's people that have these restaurants now that have soul food restaurants, and it's strictly vegan, and you wouldn't even never know it. So it's no excuse now, because being a vegan or vegetarian or pescatarian, which is vegetarian who only eat seafood, make sure you're not allergic to it. So basically what I'm saying is, it is something that you have to do. God might have done Jesus went to the cross and he bared up everything, all the infirmities, everything, the suffering, everything. He already took care of that. So don't be fooled. You are here, and God have a divine plan for each and every one of us. So you have to take care of your body, mind, and soul. Don't give it all to the doctor. Don't let the doctor be your God. Some people just, if the doctor say you take this pill, and if you don't take this pill, you're gonna die. He's not the last voice. He or she is there for a reason. Go to them for preventive care. If you're in a predicament, I don't know your predicament when you always been taking a lot of medicine, challenge the doctor and say, can I come off of some of these medication? I was there with my mother, and I had brought her down. Like I said last time, I said, let's reduce the pills. Have a goal where you reduce the pills. Talk to the doctor. You might be surprised. Some doctors say, okay, I'm with you. And if your doctor look at you and get mad, go get another doctor. But that's going to be totally up to you. Some doctors now are coming out and they're working with the holistic part of things, and we are listening because they got the doctor in their name. And so we're not saying they're a holistic hoax. You can look for those. Take care of yourself, maintain yourself, enjoy self-care. Well, Miss P, I don't have the money. I can't do that. Walking is free. YMCA have last time I looked at some things you can do for free. You can swim for free. You can play basketball for free. You know, your kids don't have to sit in front of a computer for 15 hours. You can literally go out there. I remember the days where it was just, stick ball or whatever. It is so many things that you can do. And then you have a goal that you can turn around and teach your children not to walk into, I'm going to go back to generational curses. They should walk as disciples. See, everything that they gave me, my mentees gave me for the topic of my podcast, all came down to being a disciple, not walking in generational curses, and knowing how to heal your body, mind, and soul. Don't allow, even in the church, them saying, by your stripes thou art healed, and you get up and walk away. I have seen miracles taking place because God do miracles. But it has to do with your mindset. It has to do with your belief. Don't keep saying it and good and well when you get back to the doctor, you're going to ask him to put you on something else. Don't do it if you know the reason why your hip is hurting is because you had a whole pork roast, and you ate it all by yourself. And then you get up all my side, I got to go to the doctor. No, don't do that. You see what you're doing to the doctor? You are forcing him to give you. Why don't you tell the doctor I had too much pork, roast beef or whatever? Tell the doctor that your face is swollen because you eating seafood and you know good and well you're allergic to it. Tell the doctor the truth. And hopefully you will be blessed. Pray and tell God to lead you to the divine connection of who you need to go to keep up yourself. This is what I say. By his stripes, you are definitely healed. But when life comes to you, when you are walking past somebody else, generational curses, these things are negative. Negativity will manifest itself into negative things, and it will come out of even your body. So be careful how you think. Be careful how you talk. Be careful. Your mind, body, and soul is so important. Your job is to protect yourself and then teach other people how to protect their self. No matter what it is that God is calling you in the marketplace, use it wisely. Do you understand what I'm saying? Find a doctor who believes on both sides. Holistic side should be your maintenance. In the medical side, you go for preventive care. If you have an issue that they say you was born with or whatever, your job is to literally get all the support that you can get. So you won't get sucked into a label, and you or your children won't be walking around saying, because of this label, I can't do. You can do anything. You need to know something. The book is there because it's the laws. A lot of people are walking in sickness, not only because of the way they think. Thinking is not good. It's sick. The law, the book of the law, a lot of things, especially in Proverbs, is for your health. Sweet words are excellent for your bones. That's in Proverbs. I don't even have the scripture here. I don't remember it. And this is meditation. This is what he said. This is what you do all day long when you get mad at somebody. Are you walking around and you mad at everybody in the family? Are you mad at all your friends? Are you mad at everybody in your job? You know what you're doing? You meditating on it day and night. It's going to manifest into sickness somewhere. Listen to this. Joshua 1:8. The book of the law should not depart from my mouth, but you shall meditate in it day and night. You hear that? That you may observe to do according to all that is written. That means you have to know what's written. This is for then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. Joshua 1:8. And prosper, there go that word again. He wants you to prosper. Prosper in all good things. You can't have good success if you're sick. Do it for your next generation. Do it for your kids. If not, do it for yourself. Because you know why? You can't be any good thing to anybody if you are not in good health. I leave you with Philippians 4:8. I hope you got something out of this. We want to thank Regina for literally giving me this. This is part 2, and I hope you understand God's word is real, okay? Where there's an error or interruption or negativity, it's coming from us. Like Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror. What are you thinking all day? What are you speaking out your mouth? Help your body. It's your temple. Love your body. Stop throwing your body at the altar to every woman and every man. Take care of yourself on the outside, but most important, take care of yourself on the inside. And you might find yourself saying to your doctor, I see you next year, or preventive care, or walking in there, and he's just saying, well, we're going to take you over this medication. Work with your doctor. But don't think that's your only choice. Go find holistic approaches that you can take to be a part of self-care. And if one of them that you do, if you learned anything, is walking, it's free. Finally, brothers, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are good report. If there be any virtue, if there be anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. Philippians 4:8. Right then and there, he's letting you know everything you do it lovely. Do it with truth. If it's a good report, then it's a gospel. And you won't know nothing about the good report or gospel unless you open up your manuscript. Don't take my word for it. Go in there, start with Proverbs, and see how a lot of things that you do is affecting your health. Come back and tell me the testimony. Work on yourself. Help your doctor. Embrace. And don't accept a label on you. Everybody's there for a reason, but they are not your God. The last word is God. Thank you for coming to my space. Now go get your promised land. I hope this have helped you. Give a shout out to all of my Whisper Vibes team, or even my Patreon. I have some that's just my Patreon partners. And if you are interested in my Patreon partners, you can literally go ahead and shoot me something to Phyllis Whitley and that's literally going to go to my contact, look for my contact page, and you can get my newsletter, learn my blogs. You can just say I want to be a part of a Patreon group, because you want to be a Patreon member because you get a lot of benefits from that. Yes, you do. I don't want to explain everything, but what's new? What's new is that I extended this particular topic because healing is something that everybody needs to do. And like I said, I am not mad at no one out there. I just feel that everybody needs to stop and saying, when I do this to my mother or my grandmother, I think the medical community need to look at that. And I think they need to get together and realize there's another side of health, and that's the holistic side. Remember, if loving self is right, you don't want to be wrong.